Well, as we celebrate Freedom Day tonight and today, there's no better opportunity and example and understanding that freedom is all about opportunity, and there's nothing that comprehends just like development football. Bagaitso, a very good evening to you and yours. Welcome to it. It's Football on 216. My name is Itimeleng Khosikgadiagabanda. This is where we talk about the future stars who are breaking barriers. They have resilience and certainly have hope as they're creating a story for themselves that will be told for nations to come. I'm not alone though. With my team, I have Orapeleng Mokhaki, Swisoguhle Gonke Msimago, as well as Lebogang Mahume. Gents, good evening. The city of gold. We're celebrating Freedom Day today, right, in South Africa, and I want to know from you guys, if there's one football rule that you would rewrite, what football rule would that be?
Sure. Yeah, no, what I got but now you must remember what football rules keep changing. And now I'll get to answer your question. I'll say I'm happy they did away with the golden goal rule. I think that one I'm happy. But rewriting it for now, yeah, no.
Okay. Sisa?
Yazi ngisacabanga.
What's I kept saying?
Ngisacabanga ngikhone awuyithoma. Yebo mina bathi limo wena. Ngeke ngisacabanga. Hayi itukeke namhla usibabeke nje usenenye. Wawusere brief. Like serious mfethu.
But was it brief?
Ah, sonto brief ke nireta briefing mo. Uzenenye. Ngoba ball to the hand siyaphela ne?
What's that? Ball to the hand to the ball.
Isasekhona. Ball to the hand.
Itemu.
Ngayikhipha leyo nto mina.
Yeah. Mashaya izandla nje uphumile.
Mashaya izandla khasha. Ungadlali ngesandla, mafuna udlala ngesandla bepalini. Ngicabanga yona phela. Ngizothi.
Really? Sisa blank? Okay. I want to know from you at home, if there's a football rule that you would rewrite, what football rule would it be? Use that hashtag. It's the only one that matters. It's hashtag football on 216. As you know, we're the home of the GAUTENG Development League, where we talk about all the action that takes place on the field of play, all the way from under 13 to under 17. Man, oh man, it was an exciting weekend, was it? Matatsanza Apitori. Are really happy people. This weekend was a good one for them.
Clean sweep. Kure batlile ba ile ko Woodlands go ang khonne international college ba retse ke Sevens Academy ra le rata mara unfortunately re batla dintlha tsotle ba tseile zip na gana khonne la itse ke le go beganyana go gae mane le mathata fa so e utlwe botlhoko mara support ne le teng ba sa nne ba itumetse ba opela le gona ba latlhegana ntse ba opela ba tsadi go le monate so for me le gore ba latlhegetse ke development football ba fete you win today tomorrow you lose.
At the end of the day, youth development football. That's one thing. How we are at Pretoria, Will Hamba Hansen.
Hey.
That boy can't just stop scoring.
Hey.
He scored. Yeah, Hansen scored again.
Ushaye 2 kuma under 17. Ngobonile ushaye ukuthi ushaye 2 kuma under 17. Into engibhekile SuperSport United ama under 19 ngoba namhlanje ngoba kuyimande kanje kuyiholiday besenza eHighlands Park. Into engibona la under 19 uzokhumbula ukuthi ama under 19 eHighlands Park iwona defendayo.
Yes.
Kodwa ngingabona SuperSport United ama under 19 khona into azozana. Bafikile ubheke nani academy yonke from under 13 mfethu kuyaphekwa lapha eSuperSport United. Ngibona uncedo Mafanya kade sengakori kakhulu mara ngibonile ubuye negoal nayo uncedo Mafanya waphindwa assist uhamba Hansen.
And check again under 17 they did an addition go backlining ka Mkijimi from Randburg AFC. Ulala Handle he plays with the DDC as SuperSport.
Yeah, under 19.
Yeah, he plays go DDC happen Mkijimi Khonalele Sehomokai who was playing against his former team. He's doing very well.
Kuna CR from Cristiano Serra.
Yeah, no, the defense here SuperSport. Look wala ka the defense here one.
Yeah.
They are number one.
Khona bo Master Chef.
The list goes on mfana
baninga kakhulu.
Let him cook. Mutlogele ngapha.
Uvuka manje ngibona nayo korini. Tsepang.
How much?
Uvuka manje.
Just to relive and get you into speed as to what the results look like at the weekend. When it comes to Sevens Academy as well as SuperSport United, the under-13s, it was a 4-0 victory. That was for SuperSport United. It was a 3-2 victory in the under-14 division. In the under-15 division, it was a 2-1 victory. And in the under-19s, it was a 2-0 victory. Well, that's where it ended over there. We need to talk also about Highlands Park just quickly. You guys were there celebrating Freedom Day with them, seeing them literally express themselves on the field of play. But it looks like Joburg Academy
Joburg City,
today was something else.
from game number 1 under 13 high pressing game in by tshameka ra ba ito Joburg City ba tshameka ka panorama ke re bana le go dira eng low block, but this time around ay lalela ba tshameka no half ground the whole games under 13 Sfiso, under 14 15 17 le 19 ay lalela
yazi ngiyacanga bengisakhuluma noSibeko ngithi yabona wena usumama Joy weGauteng then you support Joburg City Sibeko confusion
What happened to the Rockets?
akasekho Rockets but uba khona Rockets mayidlala uyakhumbula beyidlala ePanorama wayekhona uba khona kwiVets obviously kwiVets usebenzela yona uba khona uyabona uthi mama Joy hamba khona
nje vele simsponsor
Morisi ke nagana tsa la ke nagana gore ha supporti setlhopha
o supporta
batshamiki le kgwele wa ke re batshamiki le hlono lo modise moshino so thokoza na tshamekela eng TS Galaxy khona no tshamekela ka
khona uSibeko
City una le Sibeko mo
ingane yakhe na isidlala Joburg City uZulu owenza mistake kakhulu lapha kuma under 14 yena uZulu but ubamba kakhulu naye usuka ku TS Galaxy uya lapha no ku Joburg City Joburg City khona into ephekwa lapha khona ku Maydurel khona kunentwana beshawa number 20 ku Joburg City edlala ngale into engichaza ngihlale ngisho mina ukuthi asifuni kuphela mangisuke ngithi class lami class like class state asifuni kuphela ukubona bodaki eDiskin Joburg City from under 13 inamba yabantu abamhlophe yebala abantu abamhlophe iyangijabulisa because isabonisa ukuthi basakwazi ukudlala ibhola from under 13 to 19
my reliable sources ubua ka letlhogona lo modise mthini wa go thokoza my reliable sources ikete o tla ya somewhere ka fa tshwana gore go shlopeng sefeng watch the space
mina kodwa ngingaguess
This is very
Matthew G
lenanga guess
udlale under Matthew G ube best yakhe Matthew G
wrong
SuperSport?
wrong.
Cause
SuperSport?
I gave it away. I get a there's no other team. There's only two teams. I can't say go. I think you can get Rockets. Sorry. But overall, happy the game in the today. You know what I'm happy of. Go Highlands Park. They won't go the lower division. They had change of personnel in the coaching. So I wonder at least now when they come back, why adjust the coach? They run Papatiza. So I wonder he's getting his feet.
Yeah, masibekala bemshanga bo 1-0.
Yeah.
Kusho ukuthi sekuzoza mhlambe naye kube 1-1. Kube 1-0 inside lakhe kube 2-0.
Papati.
Libile ka batshameki ka mo Joburg City kgetsi daka. Gona le motshameki jersey number 10. Ethan. Jersey number 10 o korile 2 goals. A dira 1 assist. Jersey number 10 Joburg City. Ethan under 19. Le tla ntshwara ka letsogo.
Well, it's exciting. We talk about all these exciting players, but Sfiso hasn't given him the stamp of approval. He's not holding the black book, which means that they
I'm not saying
they haven't made it. No, not just him. I just feel in general this weekend, no players have made it into the
Sfiso.
Namhlanje ngizojahile.
Amen.
Kublani kwethu amambengo 7 next thing.
Abona Sfiso ne. Sfiso ha ka ibale ngwele u player ga.
Yabo mina mawibeka phansi manje kade bengekho bayibe kanjalo but ama player lapha na dejabulisa mnandi kakhulu but sikhulume ngama under 19 eHighlands Park
them losing.
Indlela abadlala ngayo ayingijabulisanga kakhulu ngibonile ngisho ngikhuluma nabo coach bathi basazama uadjust ukuthi yini abazama uadjustela kahle kahle ngaqonda because khona bonyawo abantu abadlala lapha abantu ade bevele bedlala kuyanya kodlule mhlawumbe bengama under 17 but ama under 19 manje for abantu aba defend iGDL okwesi 2 or 3 2 yeah
they won it twice in a row
twice ngendlela abadlala ngayo ayingijabulisanga ngendlela angijabulisanga nese.
Could it be indlela abadlala ngayo, or could it be that the other teams now have just caught up? They're just also improving.
I think adjust kakhulu because uzokhumbula bekhona offense bembiza ngoMessi uhambile semdala ama player amaningi ahambile eHighlands Park. Again freeze uhambile eHighlands Park. Ama player amaningi balokhu bawathatha lapha so manje lama players adjusta ukudlala ukuthi sesingadlala ngibonile nonyawo uzamile ukadjusta bazama ukadjusta bona bajida but khona lo mqiqo kumele bawubambe
Retito.
Yeah. Well, you know that we love being on the ground. Levs took a trip to Sevens Academy, had a conversation with some players who are new signings for SuperSport United, but also had a conversation with the coach. Take a look.
It's football on 216 mamnando mnandi maiguwe iguwe futhi ngeke bakuthathelena gompieno ke mo ka Lebzikenwave ke mo Woodlands International College. SuperSport United e 37 Academy now. Speaking of Sevens Academy, raba itse gore they produce some of the top talent. Ke bua ka Elshon go Kaizer Chiefs. Ke bua jala ka Nele Segomokai who is now playing for SuperSport United. So I want to catch up ke mutlo, how does it feel to play for the first time against his former club, and then ke utlwa London Samuel sore leeto la gagwe le ntse le tsamaya so wena tlhoka pelaelo bolama lo rona ka kwana football on 216 mo mnandi mnandi. Mnandi maikuwe iguwe futhi ngeke wakuthathele yona is football on 216 ntwana akabona zwakithi mfethu Musebenza Academy ikutlwa yae first game ya gago le against Musebenza Academy team ile gore ba tsile gore
I'm never so scared because I've never played against my former team. First time. So ashikanya na marai italoka first time.
so again
Like obviously, what if you go and get a mistake, you celebrate, no, I say on turn.
So you telling me that the loyalty is still there for this team?
When I sometimes think about some Pamagai. Sometimes
is whatever fun.
Yeah.
So no fun man here. What happens
To be honest, I've been thinking about it the whole week. The whole week. Celebrate. Am I right? When I score. Yeah. It's a one of it.
Ha, you two players in football on 216 from Nandum 9. I'm a game player. I only interview star players. London Samuels, former Highlands Park, a very, very, very good player. Antoine, how's it?
Good, thanks in yourself.
Good, man. Bra, we've seen you grow. We've watched your journey, bra. You moved from Highlands Park to SuperSport. How's the journey been?
The journey's been good, I can't complain. Just coming to SuperSport is, it's a new environment and there's a lot of things that I can still learn. So, yeah.
We've got expectations in Peter because we have seen you that we know you qualify to be the president. So do you have any hopes of making it into the national setup?
Yeah, I do definitely have hopes of making it into the national side. I think it just takes time, commitment and effort and eventually I'll get there. Yeah.
What makes you think, what took you so long in terms of going into the national setup, according to your own knowledge, or what do you think? What took you so long? Because we've been vouching for you, Brad, because we've seen you play. What is actually delaying?
I honestly don't know what's been
It's a tough
delayed.
one, eh?
Yeah, it's a very tough one. I feel like it's just a matter of being seen. So if I get the right exposure, then, you know, I think I could definitely get an opportunity.
This is a big team. So now where to from here for London Summers?
I feel like I'd stay at SuperSport, you know, great for my development. The coaches, the system is, you know, top. So yeah, I want to stay at SuperSport, develop here, maybe move into the DDC and then from the DDC into the first team. That's my goals.
Dana, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Magumnandi, EPK. Football on 216. Haole monate o monate. Coach, hard luck with the 4-2 defeat. But now, what can you take back as a coach from this defeat?
I think I can take back that the boys are understanding how we want to play. There was patches of really good play today. I think the biggest thing for us is the mistakes at the back. We gave away 3 goals from trying to play it from the back, bad decision making. So I think if we can iron that out, it would have been a different game.
What do you think about the officiating?
At the moment now, just the officiators need to understand that if there's going to be a foul and the boys are arguing and stuff, you also need to understand that you have to explain it to them. For me, the boys are committing fouls, but they don't know why. So they're not being educated to what the foul's for. So it's a foul, but what's it for? You know, obviously a blatant foul, you know, but some other fouls, it's not fouls, and then you're like, why? And then in the reverse side is when they do the same thing, then they giving the foul against them. When it happens to them, they're not getting the foul. So they're not really, the kids aren't understanding. So I think the officiating also need to educate the players.
Yes, because I'm thinking we need to bring in the educational side of things so that they can know, just like you said, because so that they don't do it again next time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we teach them the laws of the game. The kids know the laws of the game. The refs know the laws of the game. But if I'm shouldering you or whatever the case may be, and it's given against me, and then the next challenge you do the same thing, and the guy says play on. Now, what is the kid? The kids understanding going, hold on, but why did you get? And then they're getting frustrated with the refs, and that's for me is becoming a problem. The kids aren't focusing on the football. Now they're getting so irritated, especially 17s now, because they're men now.
Yes,
so they're
men now,
passionate. They want to make it to the next level. But now they're getting fouls given against them that when they do it is not a foul.
Oh,
you know?
Coach, thank you so much for your time and hard luck.
Appreciate it.
again.
It was good seeing you. Take it easy.
You know,
Thanks.
football on 216.
Cheers.
Yeah, football on 216. Mnandi always on the ground and trying to be in touch with the players, with the coaches, and just to bring you a little bit closer to the game. Libs, another one in the bag. Mwah.
Rather close you. Every time I'm telling you, style is a close.
Yeah, closing. Ivale mfane ngabana mahluli. Ara ba reta. So khaitira ka no go le monate man go tswa o ye go bone. Ke se ke se buang sefiso ke re go le gantsi ha o ba latela o batla go utlwa gore ba reng. That's why ba sengntsa ba bula difuba tsa bona tone gore ke batho ba re le ba re khathala tse content fela ba tla mo gona ba re botsa re ya so ne le experience e sharp for nna khaitse ya motho.
Yeah, London Samuels moving to SuperSport United, Swiss.
Ya uqale wangadlala kahle yabona besa adjust manje ngiyangijabulisa umbone sedlala engibuza uLebza bengekho ngabuza athi ungene ezesaphe yini ngoba ngiyazi athi bengajwayele abajwayele kumqala ngoba basafuna ukuthi abambe ibhola SuperSport United zokhumbula London Samuels ula ibhola lakhe lila SuperSport United yazi libeka phansi lokho lithiwa so nice adjust lo bhola lelo.
Yeah, no, I think again, I think there's a lot that boy can deliver because now the regular SuperSport and apparently Unalujimali DDC team again. So I'm happy for that. He pick up blame from Coach Brendan. I think the boys commit fouls, but he doesn't know why. Complaining about the officiating again.
Yeah.
I think maybe 20 in the near future, our resident ref meet happen at because most of the teams when it comes to officiating go TDL. Ba le go
Balla,
complain.
balla.
And ne kutlweletse selo sa go saseka are they doing train the trainer.
Yeah.
So the referee they keep on going to the causes. So we don't know. Maybe we must look at it again.
Yeah.
umbuzo wami uthi, do you think kuzophela ukucomplaina ngabo ref?
No.
a ke bone
No.
Sithukile go fedile.
It's a game of emotions, right?
Yeah, angeke kuphele ngoba ekugcineni singakhohle ukuthi nathi as much as sinokukhuluma ngabo mabenza into wrong, but singakhohle ukubaneza amaflower. For example, kwi-Highlands Park namhlanje bekuno ref ona 15 yeminyaka. You were still developing. Angeke babone yonke into nabo. Manje obvious if isohlala silandela ukucomplaina kwabantu, angeke baqeda abantu ukucomplaina. Ngisho ungalanda uNkulunkulu azo ref bazocomplaina.
Well, it's the beautiful game. At the end of the day, we do need a ref, and the ref's
Yeah,
decision
indeed.
is final. Whether you like it or not, it's what we certainly do follow. Talking about the refs, well, we need to talk about a team that really has made us proud. It's the U17 national team that was out in Morocco at the Africa Cup of Nations. As you can see behind Sfiso, you probably have seen on the walls, there's Bukamo Somkokosi, there's Coach Vela Kumalo, and there it is. CAF U17 Africa Cup of Nations. It was an exciting one, gents. The time zone wasn't so nice for us, but it was a good one.
Yeah, no, it was a good one, E2. And then also happy the tournament that they did, so they give us a chance for
How far are we,
how
yeah.
far are we got development there or not? But it was good to see the boys performing like Mukamo. So this boy, I mean, he's going far. The way Namashala, the team got the Haleko World Cup. I watched a couple of games. The way he was marshalling, talking to Randiso, talking to everyone to the team.
Randiso.
I kick inside joke. Yeah, so I think overall the team did well, and then we qualified for the World Cup. So again, Coach Velota, how is he preparing for that? Because it will come in the near future. So yeah, I think the team did very well.
Siso, I know you watched all games. Your favorite game?
Ngwabukela wonke ama game. Mina ngiyathanda ukuvuma manje ukuthi uyakhumbula sayisakhuluma last year ukuthi uStevens noMartinez angibaboni kahle.
Yes.
Kule CAF. Martinez, Stevens. Yazi ukubukela la majida la kufana nani? I feel like a proud father because ngizazi zonke le into. Like I feel like oh man, yeah, kade ngi proud kakhulu. Khona into laphana ezayo bayibiza ngosihoto. Umpimates. Idlala kuma-under 15 but like
He was currently at the schools championship that was taking place out in Ghana.
Yeah.
The fact that he under 15s, the fact that he also traveled with the under 17s is quite exciting.
And I think that's the other thing. You're on a continuation area, but like the experience now, or not, he's still going to be on the under 17 for the next coming years as well. So that's what we want to see. Or continuity.
Amakasi afana. Ikasi lami, ikasi lakho, amakasi wethu.
Yeah.
Kamohelo. Mareleti. Hayi lalela. Mfano lokuthi. I keep on saying this itumeleng kere. Tournament tse dintseng di re ruta eng di re na eng le naga. Di re na experience. Ba experience maimantseng yana ba le bannye go ra gore ha ba tla ba gola ha ba gore ga go bafana ba setse ba itse the conditions le atmosphere go tshameka ko ntle gore e ntse yang ka jalo ha ntse ba bona ntse ba bona le arrogance mo bolong ha ba tshwara mola bona gore motho o itshepa ba bona so e re fa eng esnaga experience.
Is there one thing you want me to ask Coach on your behalf, gents?
Okay.
Okay.
Will Hansen, he scores every week.
Yes.
Ne? And then he was on the preliminary squad. So maybe I don't know if there's a chance or but yeah.
Mina eyami simple ubuza ucoach ukuthi ever since yazi simple ever since sibonile ukuthi as much as ama players adlala but ngesimo somzimba athe uba mancane.
Sure.
Yini into abayenzayo ukuthi bezama ukucover leso space.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Batho balla ba re ga ba tlhopi ba tshameki botlhe ba shebile fela Gauteng mmotse gore ba dira eng go Durban go Western Cape bo eng gore ba kry ba tshameki.
Alrighty, Tumamin, and I certainly will deliver. That's all I'm going to be doing after the break as I have a conversation with Coach Bella Kumalo as well as Bukamo Somokokosi. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Also have Sipsap Koskari joins us as we put him in the 18th area. Go nowhere. Well, Monday evening football chat just got a little bit better as we brought more people into the arena. And let me tell you, this is a conversation that you certainly don't want to miss out on. As you know, that the Africa Cup of Nations for the under-17 came and went, and it was one where we qualified for the World Cup, but also we got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Apart from that, though, it's something that hasn't happened in a very, very long time. 10 years to be exact. The man behind the team and the man who ushered the team from the dressing room both join me, as well as our super sub, who is Koskari. Good evening, gents.
Good evening.
Good evening, Hoshihari.
Good evening.
Evening, gents.
It's exciting. It's exciting to have you here, Coach. And a lot of people were saying to me as to why I'm wearing this jersey today. I just want to say, let's start off by saying congratulations for winning the DDC.
No, thank you.
Congratulations. You're in an absolutely fantastic season, and I think a lot of the people will be seeing the work now. But it comes from way back.
No, it definitely comes from, 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
3. This is the 3rd season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a build-up. It has been a journey. But we are happy that we are getting the results that we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly getting the results, but also your coaching accolades they just keep on going higher and higher. As a coach, we were having a conversation with Koska last week, and we're like, it's not easy. Finally seeing things pay off. For yourself personally, how does it make you feel?
Well, I'm trying to be modest now.
You don't have to be.
Yeah, look, it has been a long journey. It started way back. But maybe this is the big highlights. However, when one think of way back when we won COSAFA with Bafana, it was a big one. And you win COSAFA with under-17, it was a big one. And you qualify for the World Cup, it becomes a big one, the big one. But it's even bigger after 10 years, giving it to the chairman of the club and say, here is the trophy, we have won the league. I think it's even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, honestly.
Well, congratulations, baskets.
Yo, okay. Yeah, at the moment. Yeah, at the moment, yeah. God is with all of us at the moment. The light is shining upon us, and yeah, we're happy. We're in good space.
Love it for you.
PK, my man, welcome to the show, Mfanaka. I've been telling Coach that we've been yearning to have them on the show.
Oh yes.
And like from a player's perspective, Mfanaka, just tell me, how does it feel to actually represent the nation, not only in the COSAFA region, but in the continent, and now looking forward to representing the nation in the world?
As a player, it's a big stage. You're going to a big stage, the World Cup. Mara, as coach said, it started 2 years back or 3 years back, because we started going under 15 as TDS, then we started going to get Ria, Body Colombia, to get experience. Then it paid off. Then we started growing as a team. No obvious. Ratsebana the strength, lili what. Yeah, so I kono dlala ratseba oh re thusana jwang. And as the player I kono thusana re oh if all hloka choose I kono mo thusa so re kono khupuka kaofela as a team.
Okay.
Yeah, so ke batla check Mfanaka, like only captain, so like Machita, but they always look up to the one with the armband. But I know that life happens and things can get to you. How do you motivate yourself in a situation like that?
Obviously, being the captain is not easy. Trying to like your teammates as a leader, over motivate, over sometimes if into wrong, if sometimes I right. So Lina Gadula like Wabakina Hanisi to if maybe get into right, very comaching or very represent right as their captain. Yeah, make sure. Make sure about him.
Yeah, and you certainly had a stellar of a campaign out at the Africa Cup of Nations. I want to know from you, Coach. He talks about 2 years ago, and that's also something that you've been alluding to. Yeah. Now there's a pool and an ample amount of talent because of the Gauteng Development League and the growth of development football. How easy or how hard is it then to then include other players into the fold and into the squad that you've already created?
Look, let's go back a little bit to say, because I think at the same time one needs to clear the air, because it is more of, yes, it's Gauteng Development League. But when you go back, you say, how did we have this squad? How did we manage to have the 40 players? Because we started with the 40 players. It started way back where in all the regions that suffer, they will bring in the teams, selected teams from their regions, meaning we're talking the 9 provinces where you have Mpumalanga and all of that. They come together, or they did come together, but more at this tournament in the Banaleonamo Panorama. So in that, we had SAFA scouts. The SAFA scouts by Atla, they come in, they choose players, they selected 40 players, meaning those players are all from all the regions, 52 regions of SAFA, all over South Africa. Then they select 40. From the 40, we have 40, bring them to the camp. And as they come to the camp, these are the best of the best in South Africa. And as they come in, there are a lot of teams in PSL that are based in Gauteng. They start also picking up these players. But originally, these players are from different provinces. When they come in here, they play for Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, you name them, but selected to those teams. And when they get to those teams, by the looks of things, when now the final selection of 2023 players are coming in, it is more of players as if based from Gauteng. But when you look at it, they're from different regions, but the teams in Gauteng, your Chiefs, your Pirates, they babatlisa to this Gauteng. So now people will say, but Coach Vela is based in Gauteng only, is looking at Gauteng Development League only. It is not really true. The true fact is that most of the teams are in here. They take them as they come in here for selection and all of that. And ultimately, when we make the team, it's as if, oh, look at Chiefs, there's even so many other coaches coming there. Look at Sundowns, look at, and all these teams. But it is not like that. It's players that are coming from all over South Africa, but ultimately because you always want to see where there's action. Parents at home, they want to see where there's action. Where there's action, they bring their kids. Competition is Gauteng. There's development league that comes handy in here, week in, week out. Gauteng Development League, how busy. How busy in such a way that players are even developing, and I'm always there, always check them. We get good players, and ultimately we have this good team that we assembled, and as they say, the rest is the COSAFA. We qualify, we go to AFCON. The big stage for each and every coach that wants to coach or who's coaching at the moment. You want to see yourself at that level, World Cup. I think that's where everyone wants to be. But our targets now is, as we did with AFCON, we said we want to qualify for AFCON. Now, the next target is that we have done that, we are in the World Cup. So what is the next step? The next step is that we want to go to the knockout stages. We set out that for ourselves. And the sky is the limit from there. We will see how it pans out. But the most important thing now is to see the team going out of group stage and going for knockout stages. That is our target at the moment.
Coach, I just want to ask, man, for the viewer at home and also for people maybe to understand, actually from also my viewpoint, with regard, I want to expand now on your knowledge. I've seen that there is a boy from Fulham that has been taken into the under-15 TDS, right? So I just want to find out from you, how is it difficult for the boys that are coming from abroad to actually get in the field, the squad easily? Like, how do you manage that?
Look, I think also I did not touch on that. It's a good point. I think I did not touch on that. And BK being the captain, will understand. He knows also. Maybe he'll say, I'm a coach, maybe coach has forgotten that. When we started with the very same foot, we had players from overseas also. We had, he knows them. We had few of the players. I remember even in our Lesotho game, in preparation, we also had 2 or 3 of players based in different places in the world coming into play. But as a coach, you make your assessment, you then say, it doesn't necessarily mean at this age, because they are based in Portugal and all of that, they are better than what we have. That it is there. We had players that we brought into the camp, I think 4, 5, 6, 7 of the best outside there, which are South Africans, but we brought them in, they came to our camp, and not that they were bad, but they did not live up to the expectation for that time. And like BK has indicated, our captain, to say, being together for some time, understanding, it is very important. The tactical understanding, the approach and how we want to play, the philosophy of the country, And in the camp, you don't have time. You have a little bit of time to bring in anything and everything that you want to help the kids. But the longer they stay together, the better they understand how we want to do things. So it is still, national team, you don't have a permanent position.
Oh, yes.
Even at the moment, people will say, no, Mara, they were carrying the ball too much. Yeah, those are the things that we see, and we have reasons of why were we doing this and how we want to play like this. I think maybe one aspect where we then say, maybe we need to aggressively improve it. It's the last third and scoring and all of that. But generally, you look at it in South Africa, we are not scoring. You look at PSL at the moment.
A golden boot, a top scorer. It's just like what?
Yeah, it's one of those things that we all know, but how do we improve them at the development and see that in future in under 20, under 23 Bafana, we have top goal scorers. And not rely entirely on our foreign players.
BK, Coach is talking obviously about the things that we need to improve and the things that he's picked up. What were the biggest lessons as a player? Because you were on the field and you were playing with the team. Would you say were the biggest lessons from the AFCON?
I would say the biggest lessons were that side, they play to go forward and to win. This side, sometimes we play just to play because we want to keep the ball and look nice. But that side, they mean business because they go forward. They don't care about playing nice. They just want the result. And that's the difference between us and them, I would say.
PK, I have a question here, my boy, and I want you to be as honest as possible. First game, Egypt coach.
Yeah.
You see the captain next to you. That captain is even taller than me. What goes in your mind? Like, because I saw the stage and I'm at the course in Mpumalanga. I'm like, whoa, we are in it. So what's going on in your mind?
That was a nerve-wracking game, actually.
What's happening in your mind?
I was scared the first game.
To even shake his head.
Yeah, obvious, to shake his hand. They are big, because they rely on their physicality and stuff. But us, we play with our feet, we are good on the ball, we move the ball quick. That's our strength, and that's what helps us a lot. Because they come with physicality, and us, we come and play.
Like what is it about, PK? You guys wanted to walk the ball in the net, and we were so frustrated, coach.
We understood that, but there was a plan to avoid contact. I can work at the physical outlook. They are big and they're stronger, and the bigger they are, the slower they can be. So we are nippy. Our physical outlook, as you alluded to, structure. So we avoid contact. But we then say, let's rather keep the possession and avoid. And this thing of kicking forward and hope for the best, it was not going to help us. So I think mainly with the under-17s, you cannot work on everything at the go. We worked on technical aspect of the game and all of that, the tactics. But as I said, in our final third, I remember BK will also remind you guys, our last, when we were going for quarterfinals, we realized that we are not scoring. And our sessions was more of scoring, finishing. But when it gets there, it becomes a different ball game altogether. But we always need to be there and help these kids and say, this is how you grow. But it will get better with time. We'll be looking better. Will be better with the World Cup, where in World Cup is a little bit different because kid player of more of the same age, tactically superior, good, so that you can plan around, as opposed to Bana or planning against bigger ones, and you say, how do you avoid the physicality, as DK spoke about it, or this line of physicality, to get to the next level, which is scoring. So, but we are almost there. We are getting it right, but I think the culture is there. Everyone can tell that in South Africa we can play good football. But the good football should be complemented by those goals that everyone is looking for.
I mean, World Cup preparation then becomes completely different, as you've already said. Let's talk about the things that are happening behind the scenes that many people may not be privy to. We will be privy to some of the games that you will be doing, but I know that the work has already started. I think it actually started as soon as you landed.
Whilst we're still there, the program was there already. Qualification is here. We have qualified. What is the next thing? It's camps. It's going out there and identifying one team in the in South America, one North America, and Europe. Those are the identified friendlies, just so that when we get to the World Cup, already we are familiar. At least we know what to expect more or less. So the camps and where do we want to see strengthen the team and shortage of players, where do we want to get players and all of that. Like I said, it is never permanent. Whenever we get a good player, whether the boy has taken us to the World Cup or not, we are not permanent. You can always change the players. But at the moment, we're still searching and looking. We want to build up the team. We want to make it even more stronger.
That's good. BK, I have another one, but now I hope this one just lightens the room. Who is the most clowniest player in the dressing room?
There's a lot. There's a lot of clowns there.
Is it? Yourself?
I mean, no.
Serious?
No, not always.
As a leader, I think BK, if I'm not mistaken, in the group, can I grade 12? So you can grade 12. The rest, they are below.
Grade 11, grade 10.
Yeah, grade 11, grade 10. And he's the captain, I think. Tepsi is doing well. They don't even know who's the next captain and all of that. But at the moment, Tepsi is the one because he will lead them. The leadership skills are there and all of that. But you know what? They will all grow and become good players. But I don't see them coming back after the World Cup with the talent that we have.
You've got a lot of personalities in that under-17 setup. Then how do you manage the personalities in the sense of getting the best out of each player individually? Because even when you look at where they play at club level, you have others playing in the PSL, others playing in GAUTENG Development League, others playing abroad. Bringing that all together sometimes is not one thing that many coaches get right.
Yeah, look, apart from being a teacher, which I always say, but these boys, when they were 14 years old, when they were not in PSL, all of them. So as they grow together. So there will not be these egos or personalities out and now I'm in PSL where now, no. Because they've been together for some time, but within the structure and not knowing each other as this one is in PSL, this one is in different club, and this one is at Sundowns, this one is at Chiefs, this one. No. The sooner they come to the national team, it's a national team. And national team, we are one thing, we are South Africans. We work for each other, we die together, we win together, we cry together, we celebrate together. So it has been our slogan. We are the brothers, we work for each other. So that on its own, for Bana, personal, the egos and all of that, they don't have. It's a good, happy family with one common goal and vision to say, we want to go further, we want to break records, we want to be in the World Cup, but not only in the World Cup now. Now that we're in the World Cup, we want to go to the knockout stages. And we want to show the world that it can be done. From knockout stage, anything can still happen.
Coach BK are in win it. Coach, why about BK?
Yeah, can go and win it.
Get talent. Talent with determination, discipline, and focus. That's what you get from him. So that will take us far.
Matric year. What's the plan after matric in fit?
Matric, I want to go study further, like university. Yeah.
Study what?
Sports management.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Have you pinpointed the university?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll help you, boy.
You're probably going to send him to an ETA.
No. But I'll help you.
Okay.
I will help you.
but Coach, also, when you look at the Africa Cup of Nations and the campaign that we had, if there's one thing, if you could go back from the first day that you assembled your team and you gave instructions, if there's one thing that you would have changed, what would it be?
A very difficult one because it's a team and team has individuals in it. So there are certain things that you say from maybe BK, if BK was a little bit tall, and then you go to Emilia and say, if Emilia was a little bit bulky, little bit, and then you go to... So there's different players with different deficiency, if you may call it, but you then say, it is what it is. I need to bring all of this to complement the team. So BK, as short as he is, he can read the game, he can anticipate, okay, it's fine. BK, as short as he is, he can get Emilia with a pass. Juju, as he is, a little bit lazy, but cleverness is in there. You know, those are all things that one, if you can go to each and every player, you can identify and say, apart from this, but this is what he's good at. So you put all the good things together so that they can complement and make a team. So you cannot pinpoint one thing up from the whole team to say this will be the only thing, but it will be from individuals, from all those players to say, from the goalkeeper, this is what I think I can do, or maybe if I were to change things, I'll do this. But it's in all the departments, in all the positions.
Coach, I just want to...
I don't know if I did answer
Yeah, it was sort of.
You got
Because it's
there.
not one thing.
Yeah. Coach, I want to mention something, man. With regards to technology, the national setup is well equipped, and I know a few guys who are with you there, and I believe they've played a massive role there. But can you maybe elaborate further on how the players have benefited from the analysts, from the goalkeeper coaching department, from everyone being there, so that we can all as a country be proud to say that Amachimbos are now going to the World Cup?
I think now that you're saying it will be, let me take this opportunity to thank the technical team. Because it is not only about me as the head coach, but it's a combination of our analysts, it's a combination of that's the other, our analyst. It's a combination of our goalkeeper coach, Shaib. It's a combination of Thabo Mngomeni, the assistant coach. It's a combination of Yondi, our conditioning coach. Combination of the team manager, the HODs, everybody. And for instance, now coming back to your question of technology, you can't just go to games without a thorough analysis, knowing what to expect from your opponents, their strongest point, the weak points, and how do they start play, and all of those things. You get them from the technology. You get them from our analysts. Getting that information for us, we have the sleepless nights there going through, analyzing and say, this is how we want to start, this is how we are going to play against them. So technology has helped us, and is the way to go in the modern football now. And that information, taking it and giving it to Bobby K to say, this is what is going to happen, anticipate this, and if it doesn't happen this way, this is how we are going to start the game from the back, this is how we are going to start. All those many things, they come from the technology, and there will be a presentation, of course, for the likes of Bobby K. Individually, this is how you are behaving with the ball, without the ball. This is how they're going to do it. It's a lot of technology, and it is the only way to go at the moment. You cannot divorce or take out technology from the current and the modern football at the moment.
You talk about what coach is saying with the technology. Now VAR obviously becomes another component of the game, DK. We don't have it yet in South Africa, but then when going to these platforms, how well prepared are you and how comfortable are you as players from South Africa playing knowing that it's implemented?
Obviously, we can see maybe sometimes in TV, watch these games of how VAR works, so we learn from them and to be able to react to the situations. So we can see what to do, not to fight with the referees, and be patient when they're making their decisions, because they can give you cards and those things. So you must be prepared for those things.
Do you become a bit more cautious as players?
Yes, even the coaches tell us to be clean around the box because there's VAR.
Yeah. Let's talk about that support that you get, obviously, that we don't get to see from the coaches. Obviously, you guys go into camp, through someone who doesn't know, and they probably have ambitions of being selected for the national team. What does the day in the life of someone in camp look like?
A day in the life, it's very nice.
Really? What time do you guys wake up?
Obviously, it depends.
Okay.
If maybe we're training early in the morning, because sometimes we train twice. Maybe we train at 9, wake up at 7:30 maybe, or 7. Then we bath, then we go and eat. Yeah, we go and eat breakfast together. Then we sing, we laugh at each other. We chill maybe for about 30 minutes. Then we go out and train and come back and bath and maybe chill again, watch TV, do maybe some things, and we go back and eat again.
Okay.
Then we have our second session. Too much.
Yeah.
Then I have for second session. After second session, maybe the whole night reach there. Obviously, there's time because I stay right. We need rest for every day for renal energy.
Okay.
Coach, I also want to touch on something very close to my heart, which is media training for players. Like, how important is it for our players when maybe one player from Islali somewhere in Eastern Cape doesn't have media training, how does it affect their personality?
It does, but it is. I think it does in a way, and maybe let me say, because I've been with these kids for a very long time. When we started earlier on with Safa, when the media, your Facebook, they were not so rife. But as soon as they come in now, it is no longer a new thing altogether to the kids. They know how to deal with it because on their own, with their cell phone, the smartphones, they are able to emulate or imitate other people out there. So it is no longer, but it is all about what do you do? What do you convey to the public out there? So those are the things that you need to bring them in and inculcate, teach them, the kids, to say, this is what you do, this is what you say at this time. And it is very important, even with regard to the interviews and all of that, to say, when it comes to the interviews, this is what you do, this is what you are not supposed to do. So I think it's a social factor that really needs to be brought, you bring it in for the kids to let's have a class for them. For instance, you spoke about VAR. In the tournament, before the tournament starts, they were all called in. They were told about VAR. So it was not a new thing. They've seen it. They watch the games, and it is not here in South Africa, but they can relate and say, we are playing football. Oh, VAR will say this and this. But now, moment of reality is coming in. Here they are at AFCON. They are being told about it. It really disturbed us. I remember when we started with this VAR at COSAFA here. At one moment we were leading, and then one moment, hey, this ball must go back, penalty, 1-1, boom, we are equal. What is this? This is VAR. But now that they know about it, they were told about it, there was a workshop. So now they know about it, they know how to deal with it. So it's all about, even with the media, teach them, give them time, let them experience, and then the rest is history. They will grow. This is the generation that is very clever and smart when it comes
curious.
Yeah.
Mapanda, sorry, the last one from myself. I know the time is not on our side. Yeah. Coach, there's a boy, man. He was shortlisted for your preliminary squad, right? And this man is scoring goals week in, week out.
Okay, so we're going to take it there.
I want to understand, Coach Ore. I know the selection criteria is tedious, and we have so much talent in the country. Yeah. But what cuts it for Will Hansen not to make it into the squad?
Who's this boy?
Humble Will Hansen. It's Will Hansen. SuperSport, ne? Yeah, SuperSport United.
Where is he playing?
Striker.
Yeah, you see, I'm asking all these questions because I don't compare. What I'm just saying is...
Because I do think it's unfair, because he's probably not the only one, right?
Yeah, there's many, but maybe to cut it short and give you a quick answer to that, I'll then say, Neo is playing DDC. Is he better than Neo now?
No.
Neo is scoring week in, week out. Yeah. And Neo is the top striker. So it's an argument for a longer time. But we have strikers, we have pecking orders. I know who you're talking about. I was just kidding. But in the pecking order is somewhere there. His time will come whenever he's getting ready. The time will tell, and then he'll be in the national team. But that was just an example to say. At times when you compare, you say, but who does he have? Oh, he's having Neo. Where is Neo playing at the moment? Neo Butloko. Or Neo is DDC scoring week in, week out. Or where is this young man? Is SuperSport, is in GDL. Oh, but okay, there's a pecking order. South Africa, we can only take 21 players. So we cannot take everybody. They all looking good. We are blessed with talent, but we cannot have all of them.
A lot.
Yeah.
Coach, obviously we're running out of time, but I just want to know from you though. The young players always have their own dreams and ambitions. I know you right now, as a sit on the World Cup, you don't want to be, probably, you don't want any distractions at the moment, but just for yourself, what are the plans for Vela Kumal?
Well...
You're going to be modest?
Yes, let me be good. The plans is to see these boys, like I indicated. We are in the World Cup. We wanted to be in the World Cup, is to go to the knockout stages. We really, really want to go further. That is why we're going to work very, very hard to see that we get them sharp and score those goals, those chances that we're creating, and ultimately get there. I think that is more or less about us. the club level, we are doing so well. We won the league. We want to promote more players. We want to nurture all the young players. And that is more about... I've been... Time will tell.
Okay.
Time will
Okay.
tell. Yeah.
DK, I mean, I know you have your own dreams. The world has seen you, and the world is still yet to see you.
Yes, I would say, obviously, is to play in the World Cup, as you're going to play Vele in the World Cup. But, yeah, it's just playing in the World Cup and representing my country for this year, for now.
And so it will be.
Yeah.
Gents, thank you so much. It's been absolutely amazing. Once again, congratulations. After a full decade, South Africa finally makes their way back to the World Cup for the Under-17s. And just like that, that's how we come to the end of this installment of Football on 216. From myself and the rest of the team, we'll see you again next week. Let's meet on the field as we go through the GAUTENG Development League. Good night.
Good night.